What a difference a year makes. Last season, USC 50, UCLA nothing. This year, I'll take the Bruins in the 50 and take my chances. It's the battle for Tinseltown, Hollywood, the victory bell, of course, and the Pac-12 South Division Championship. In a sense, like last season's final, because the Bruins did go on to the Pac-12 Championship game. But of course, USC, like we said, won it 50-0, but the season bizarre because USC ineligible and the South Division was a mess. So UCLA at 6-6, again, marched on or limped on to the Pac-12 Championship game against Oregon. They got ripped there, and despite a .500 record, they got an exemption to a bowl game and lost to Illinois, so they finished at 6-8. Well, Rick Neuheisel didn't even make it to the bowl game. He got fired 2 days after the USC game. So 10 months later, here we are. Things much different in Westwood with Jim Mora, formerly of the NFL's Falcons and the NFL's Seahawks, on the sideline. His team's really good. Actually, with a better record and ranking than USC for the first time since 2001. It's been a long time. That was Pete Carroll's first season at USC. We know about the Trojans. They came into this season with national championship aspirations. Matt Barkley at quarterback. He's been explosive, but he's thrown some picks. He's got 13. He's got the great wide receivers, of course, in Marquis, who's been so good. His team's got 3 losses, and he's been in the Heisman talk with 98 catches. Robert Woods, All-America from previous seasons with 61 receptions. Silas Redd even has a chance to rush for 9 touchdowns despite all that firepower through the air. USC is loaded with talent on defense despite springing some leaks like everybody else does pretty much against Oregon and Arizona. But again, you've got Leonard Williams at one defensive end spot with 6.5 sacks. And especially Morgan Breslin at the other side. He is really tearing it up. 15.5 tackles for loss and 9.5 sacks. But again, USC has been susceptible on defense. Let's now talk about UCLA, because we know USC personnel, but UCLA in the shadows. They've been down as a program, don't get a lot of national TV time, but they've got a freshman at quarterback in Brett Hundley who's starting to get noticed. Not quite as much as Johnny Football at Texas A&M, but Hundley with 24 touchdowns through the air, 6 on the ground, 9 picks. He's completing 69% of his passes, 18 of 21 last week against Washington State. And UCLA is balanced because they've got the ground game working as well with Jonathan Franklin, 1,270 yards and 10 touchdowns, 6.5 per carry. And Hundley likes to find receivers. Shaquille Evans on the outside with 39 receptions to lead the team. But most notably, his tight end, his security blanket, Joseph Fourier. He's got 9 touchdowns receiving from the tight end position. All right, the Bruins, soft on defense in years past, but they've shored things up here in 2012. Led by linebacker Anthony Barr, who's got 11 sacks to lead the Pac-12. And Sheldon Price in the secondary along with Andrew Abbott. They each have 4 picks. So that's the personnel for UCLA. And we've got, in a sense, not just the classic matchup in terms of a rivalry, but the matchup where you've got the classic overachiever and underachiever. USC at this point expected to be 10-0 and eyeing a national championship bid. They're 7-3. They've got all the talent, but the incentive may not be what it typically would be. For UCLA, they are playing so well as a team. They're happy to be here. They've got the energy, the swag going. They are feeling good about themselves coming into this matchup. They've got the better coach as well in Jim Mora. All right, despite that, we're going to go with Barkley getting some protection and finding some mismatches on the outside with Woods and Lee and some of the production he's got at tight end as well. USC wins a really good football game. I'm looking forward to watching this one. Trojans 37, UCLA 34. That's our pick. Would love to hear your pick and your take on USC-UCLA. Again, it's meaningful this year. That's good to hear on Mark Rogers TV.